Hey now,
I love it.
my friend Darcy Loma. Darcy Loma. Just don't call me Darcy late for dinner.
Never late for dinner.
So we want to talk about the things you do which separate you from your competition, how you help people, give you some shine. But I just first want to tell everyone that I am the treasurer of the Florida Speakers Association. And in July, we were up there in Orlando for the National Speakers Association event, their yearly event. And Darcy's segment was overflowed. If the fire marshal was there, already kicked every one of us out there, seating people on the floor, people overflowing in the hallways. I believe you were one of the biggest hits at NSA this year, and I think it was because of your content modeling presentation. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, because that is a huge advantage, not just a slight advantage. I wanted to make sure everyone that watches this understands what that is and that they need it in their IP, in their wheelhouse. So let's just take a moment. I know I did the intro, but tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into what you're doing.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. So I spent the first 20 years of my life in politics and campaigns and working in government, and transitioned to launching my business full time, just celebrating my 10th year in business this year.
Ooh, wait a minute. That's a big one. 10 years. Woo!
Yeah, it's really great. Especially because most small business entrepreneurs, right, the percentages say that the majority fail after 2 years. So to still be here is phenomenal. And
yeah,
to
they fail in 1 year. They go broke the second year, and then they go get a job.
That's it. So I'm not only to be here, but also to be doing what I love. And
so about that 1 second there, your first year and second years, how did you survive those first two to get to 10?
Well, the first thing I did, even before I launched my business, is I did informational interviews with about 25 different people who I wanted to emulate. I'm like, you are an entrepreneur. How did you get here? What did you learn the hard way? What do you wish you knew at the beginning, where I am, that you know now?
Give me two of those things. Yeah.
Yeah. One piece of advice that was incredibly helpful was to get an anchor client. So have one client locked in that if you got nothing else, you can still pay your mortgage and still run your business.
You know, I got that from Ray Leone too, and he calls it an anchor client. I don't call him that. I feel like an anchor just in theory drags you down and holds you from moving on. I call them freedom accounts, because then they free you up to help other people. But that base is there. Maybe it takes up 25 or 30% of your time, but it covers 90% of your income or your expenses. And that frees you up instead of, that's just something, but I'm from South Florida where anchors are mean. We know exactly, they hold you in place and really, so we call them freedom accounts, but,
whatever you call it, it's
one.
Having a client that really is locked in and provides you that financial security so that you don't have to operate in a place of scarcity.
Yeah. We have a whole way about how to get your anchor account, how to get your freedom account. We have a whole course on that too. And as probably do you. I mean, I love that we're in the same industry, and that we're of the mindset that when the pie isn't enough, let's make a bigger pie. So plenty to go around. But that's why we're friends, and that's why we get along, is that we think the same way about the same things and helping people.
Absolutely.